Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today we're back with Superfilm support. Remember, you can go to superfilmsupport.com, ask me any film questions that I will answer here on YouTube. So this question is coming from Amar, and Amar is a Patreon, so thank you, Amar, for first being a Patreon. It really helps me doing these videos, and I'm glad that you use this method to ask me the question so I can make the video for others to understand. So this is going to be all about flash sync, and this is something I'm not an expert on, so I'm going to try to explain it the best possible way. Also, if anybody has any advice or comments or where to find light bulbs and stuff like that, leave a comment below. This is the real reason I love Superfilm support, is people pitch in their ideas, tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm right, or resources and so on. There's a lot of people with a way more experience than me behind the cameras that are not doing videos. So I'm just like the middle, the enabler, let's say. So Amar is saying, I've been using my speed graphic as a rangefinder to do handheld photography and would like to use flash. First of all, super amazing. Handheld photography 4x5 is impressive. I have a flash for it, but the bulbs are nowhere to be found. So yes, guys, if you know about where to find these light bulbs, please let me know. I'll help Amar and others where to find them, including me. It has an Ektar 127mm, which has an M-Sync flash port. Is there a way to convert it to X-Sync, or is it easier to change to a modern 135mm, knowing that I'd have to recalibrate the rangefinder? Quick answer would be yes. Just go ahead, get a 135mm and use PC Sync and X-Sync, which would be way easier than getting into finding bulbs or modifying your flash sync, which I have found something here that seems like it's doable, but I wouldn't do it myself because I don't trust my hands with opening small, delicate pieces. I can do carpentry work, but not like, you know, flash sync stuff. So once I've said that, I'm going to get into a website that I found called Instant Options. And this link came from 2011, so I'm very happy they kept this website going because, you know, 2021 to 2011 is 10 years. So it says, why not use things like that? He says, when these cameras were first made, this is talking about the Polaroid peel-apart cameras, like Packfilm cameras, there were no cheap, small, portable electronic flashes. Everyone used bulbs, what I'm saying, old stuff. The timing for triggering a flash bulb is called M-Sync, while the timing for triggering an electronic flash is called X-Sync. The difference between M-Sync and X-Sync is the timing in relation to when the shutter is fully open. Because flash bulbs take a few milliseconds to get to full brightness, but electronic does not, M triggers fire before X triggers do, in order to allow time for the bulb to reach maximum brightness. What does this mean for your electronic flash? Will fire and even expose your shot? Sure, but it will just do just a tiny bit too early that it will cause exposure issues with your photos. Not always, but sometimes. So you can use X-Sync for your M-Sync port, but you might get issues while you're shooting, and 4x5 shooting is not cheap. So they talk about working with electronic flash. The camera's auto exposure works with continuous light sources, ambient light flash bulbs, but other super flat. Your flash must have its own automatic exposure control and be able to set to f8 at ISO 100. In this case, this is just for portable cameras. Otherwise, you might end up tweaking your camera. Mounting the flash can also be a problem for these cameras. Well, they're talking all about this stuff. Then they say using an electronic flash. And they also talk about how to modify the shutter for X-Sync. This is for these cameras. I don't know if this would be for all cameras, but maybe it's a first step to understanding how to do it. If you're up to the small change, there's a small amount of modification you can be done to the camera, which will properly trigger your electronic flashes when the lens is fully open. Open your shutter housing by removing 3 screws, half front. So they basically go through how to do it, but this is for peel-apart cameras. I also found a thread, I'm going to leave the link below, a thread to Photrio from also, like I said, 2011. Some people talk about the fact of using like relay, volt, and so on. Honestly, all these solutions might work, but I think it might be easier finding a modern lens, which will make your life way easier, and consistency is key when you're shooting large format, handheld, especially because, you know, it's just complicated, and recalibrating your rangefinder for that lens. I've never done rangefinder calibrations. I do know that probably a few people in the US can do this. I do know that MR is in the US. So my biggest recommendation is before you get into this, unless somebody in the comments say it's really easy, go ahead, change to a 135 or even a 120 mil if you want. I like 135 better for handheld 4x5, and find a way to, you know, just shoot with those flash, X-Sync flash. Like I said, M and X is very different. I do follow a couple of photographers that use light bulbs, like Steven DiRado on Facebook. He does 8x10 portraits and all kinds of work. It's amazing. His body of work is stunning. Probably one of my favorite photographers out there nowadays. And he uses flash bulbs. But I do know that people tell him when they find them and send them boxes or cases of them so he can keep on doing his work. He shoots like an f/64 with 8x10 cameras because the light bulbs had a longer amount of exposure, which would build up the scene or light it up. So yeah, I hope that helped somebody in any way. Like I said, Superfilm support is not always about me knowing exactly the answer, but just raising awareness to others in the comments below. That's the cool thing about YouTube, is you guys can't come in my videos, sadly, which I would think it'd be cool to have people in, but you can help others by leaving a comment below explaining why. Do you know a solution for M-Sync to X-Sync? Do you use light bulbs and know where to source them? Do you think it's hard to calibrate a rangefinder for speed graphic? Please let me know. It would be a very good resource to have out there. This video is just, like I said, a window to you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. As always, these videos are brought by people like Amar, who are Patreons or PayPal donations that help me make random videos about things that maybe not everybody is willing to ask or answer on a video. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.